Hey y'all, Louis Cadetti here. Welcome to another episode of me flailing about with my left hand. I'm going to be doing a drawing of my nephew James, who's June's brother, did June last week. And anyway, for those of you who don't know, got injured, right arm, couldn't move it. It's going to be okay, it's healing up, can draw some now, but I'm going to show you how I actually got injured. Let's see it. All right, guys, jumping into it. Here we go. Wait a second, that's not it. All right, guys, here we go. And as in all my drawings, I'm starting very simple, just marking points, which is the key to drawing. I'm going through marking the eyes, the nose, the mouth, hairline. Mess up on that cheek some. Very shaky technique. That's my left hand for you. I'm cleaning up with the eraser. That's what you see, that little nugget in my hand. And I actually messed up some of the footage, which is why I jumped forward with the face so quickly. It happens, especially when you're a noob like me. You're going through marking in. The neck should have been drawn in at this point. I think I get it very soon. I'm just going through trying to get the angle of the head, the shape of the head. And I didn't talk about this before. When I got injured, it was very discouraging because I was thinking to myself, well, how am I going to work? I mean, it's my right arm, and I wanted to do this YouTube video, and well, I determined to buckle down and do it anyway, and I'm glad that I did. And I think I've learned a lot about drawing with my left hand, obviously, but it just takes a lot of patience. You have to slow yourself down a lot to do it. And the first couple attempts that I did, actually in my first video, I was drawing Rose. And the first couple attempts that I did were just horrendous. And I didn't show you those, and maybe I will, but I was going as fast as I do with my right arm, and that's too fast. I couldn't do it with my left. And it wasn't until I really slowed down, not just slowed down, but focused and breathed and tried to get non-emotional about it. Because it's frustrating when you're at the top of your game, and then all of a sudden you can't do anything. It can be very frustrating, but I'm glad that I stuck with it, and it was a good lesson for me. Because otherwise I'd just be sitting on my hands the whole time. Look at this cute little baby James going through and modeling his head, trying to get some form into it, which means structure, make it pop off the page. And I'm working everything up very even and trying to work everything up at the same time. Meaning I don't want to develop one eye more than his mouth, nose, eyes, ears, anything else. I want it all to kind of flow at the same time so that it has the proper balance to it, if you get my drift. And here we go, we keep on modeling, make sure it's not over modeled, which means that the darks are too dark, the lights are too light. We want to keep it very even coming up. Working on that ear some, trying to catch everything up to the features that are already caught up. And as with everything, just doing a lot of erasing and cleaning up the drawing, because that's what it requires with me drawing with my left hand, because my left hand is very shaky. And that's something that I think that you can get better at the more you practice something. I've noticed my left hand improving in a lot of areas, catching up to my right hand in some regards, which is very nice. In the nose, the side of the head, all around. And like I said in the previous videos, you always want to work all around. That's what I'm doing, going up in the hair. And I shade in different directions, and I'll explain that in other videos, but for the most part, I'm going at an angle because that's the angle in which my hand goes most easily. With my right hand, it's going this angle, left hand goes this angle. But you want to go all different angles, and if you can practice that and get good at it, that's a good thing. It really helps the drawing, it really pushes it forward quite a bit. And so everything I'm doing is in the interest of the larger shape or the proportions. You never want to develop one area more than the other, make it unbalanced. There we go. The little baby emerging off the paper. Oh yes, little baby. Breathe, little baby. Now we're going through with the hair, putting some details in, catching the little body up. It looks like a little burrito. And when you darken it, it really helps it pop as well, but you don't want to darken it in areas that are incorrect. If something's in the wrong place, you darken it and then you have to erase it. It's going to scar the paper, it's going to leave a mark, and that's not a good thing. And you can always get a sense of light even in drawing with a pencil. Pencil has a much more limited value range, meaning light and dark. It can't go as dark as charcoal, definitely not as dark as painting. But in drawing and painting, there's no such thing as light. There's illusion of it, which is achieved through contrasting values. That's something a little bit more advanced. But it's the truth. And like I said in the last video, babies' faces are very soft and very subtle, and so it's very hard to sometimes get that structure to it, but you know, that's the name of the game. You have to get that structure, you have to see the subtlety with it. You know, even in a cheek, there are planes, they're very subtle planes, and it's up to the artist to capture those planes, to be able to see them, which is why drawing is key. You can do it in drawing, you can do it in painting eventually. There we go, we just keep on working up, and that's it. All right guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you liked the video or not, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, bye.